lots of unanswered questions. Who's going where? What teams? Who do they want? Luckily, we got Mike T here. He can make the case. You know, in addition to Mike T being our GM, he's also a lawyer. So he's going to make the case for some following takes. We got Neek. We got Kevin.
I'm ready.
Whether or not they want to, he's got the gavel.
I got props
as well. Oh, look, Nick has got it. He's got his own gavel. Fake or not, he's got his own gavel. Mallet. I love it. I love it. Okay, Mike T, start with your case one, your first case.
The meter is running. I am on the clock. Here we go with my billable hours. Number one, the New York Giants should select either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, who's ever there, and then acquire a second first-round pick and draft a quarterback. And somebody like Jackson Dart of Ole Miss guys is going to be there. And if you're the Giants, you get one of the best players in the draft. You still need to solidify the quarterback position. And someone like Jackson Dart would be a great second pick.
When do I get to bang this? Now, okay, object. I object. I was waiting for that the whole time. This is a really bad plan. There's a couple of things that are wrong with it. Number one is in this draft. Ward is one, Sanders is another. I agree with the first part of this about the top 3 picks, maybe an Abdul Carter, maybe a Travis Hunter. That part is sound. But to reach here and go with someone like a Dart, who I wasn't impressed with, like a Tyler Shuck, who was going to be 26 in September. Jalen Milroe has one of the worst catchable ball rates in the entire draft. There is not a deep class here. Don't do this if you're the Giants.
Wow.
Objection.
Besides all that, I thought it was pretty good. Mike T.
Sustained? Do I say sustained?
Right.
I don't even know what the terminology. You're the lawyer.
I'm overruling the objection.
Let's get to case 2.
All right, despite what Mr. Clark just said, number 2, 4 quarterbacks will go in the first round. We talked about Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, and I believe Tyler Shugg out of Louisville, despite his age at 25 years old, will be the 4th quarterback taken. And I think this class is a little bit underrated. We heard what Kevin's concerns are, but I think those 4 quarterbacks will go in the first round, and I believe all 4 will turn out to be good NFL starters.
Neek, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I object. I think that a lot of those quarterbacks will go in the first round. Moving on to him saying that he thinks they're all going to be good NFL starters, when has that ever happened? Like, I mean, even we go back to the 83 draft where we think is one of the best quarterback drafts in history. Quite a few of those quarterbacks were not turned out to not be very good. Like, it's never really happened that we have all the quarterbacks drafted turn out to be good. We often reach for quarterbacks because they're so valuable, and many quarterbacks go in the first round for reasons that are because the team is desperate, not because the player is all that great.
Although, Neek, I got to say, 6 won in the top 12 last year, and, I mean, it's early, obviously, but I think the initial signs are actually pretty encouraging for that group.
Okay, let's make your third case then, Mike T.
All right.
You got one example, man. One example.
Last year. All right, number 3, a team should trade into the top 10 for Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be a good NFL quarterback. I keep comparing him to Kirk Cousins, who's had a really good career. And I think part of managing the draft process, guys, is be opportunistic. This guy is tough. He's been sacked 94 times over 2 years. He's only missed 1 game, led the nation in accuracy. I know a lot of the balls were short, but when you're tough, smart, and accurate, you can win a lot of games with a player like that.
Neek, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I object. I think that like a team like the Raiders in that situation should be looking to get a running back like Genty, or the Bears get a running back like Genty. I think anybody in that situation, if they have an opportunity to get a running back that seems almost untackleable, that's the guy you go with, and you don't mess around with trying to trade your way back in or out or be tricky in that situation.
I'm keeping my gavel in my holster. I'm not objecting to this. You are right, Mike Tannenbaum. Shedeur Sanders can play. Ashton Genty is too high for the top 10. I'm not doing it. Mike T's right on this one.
You know, you talk about Shedeur Sanders. By the way, Shedeur Sanders was in Pittsburgh yesterday for a visit with the Steelers. And he also got on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams to talk about his visit with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Take a listen.
Just how he is as a person, you know, just the values that the team has, and what he preaches from his staff down is similar to like my dad.
Okay, if you were to give yourself like a grade on how it went, because it's kind of like a job interview, right? You want to make sure you like it, they like you. What grade would you give yourself?
It was a 10. It was a 10.
So he said the visit.
Yeah.
When has anyone said that their job interview?
Yeah, I was going to say, who comes out of a job interview saying, I don't know, like a 3, I'm not sure.
So what is the visit would the Steelers tell you?
First of all, the Steelers don't mess around on their visits. They're not going to waste a plane ticket here on a visit like this unless they were serious. They did not go to Boulder, their top brass, to scout Shedeur Sanders at the Pro Day. That tells me the market has changed. Now, what has changed within that? First of all, maybe Shedeur Sanders is sliding to either their pick in the bottom half of the first round or to a feasible spot where they could trade up 4 or 5 spots and they don't have to sell the farm. The other option is that maybe they think either Aaron Rodgers isn't coming or that they want to hustle Aaron Rodgers' decision up and say, hey, if you don't sign here soon, we might take a quarterback, we might take the first round pick we could have used to help you. That's going towards a quarterback. It's changing the entire dynamic here. The Steelers are serious.
Yeah, I say it a little bit differently, Kevin. I like it for both. And here's what I mean by that. Go get Aaron Rodgers. Look, your owner came out at the league meetings and basically said he's going to be a Steeler. Let's take them at their word, but let's win for today, develop for tomorrow. What do good organizations do? They're opportunistic. I think this was a really smart visit. And again, I had it in my mock draft, but if Shedeur Sanders gets to 10, I think the Bears have had a great offseason. They have attacked their needs. When you do that, guys, it gives you draft day flexibility. The Bears are more than one player away. Look for them at 10 to come back out of there and somebody to come up like the Steelers and get someone like Shedeur Sanders. And my gosh, like if you're the Steelers and you come out of this offseason with DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers, and Shedeur Sanders, tip of the cap. That defense may not be elite. It's still really good. You have a Hall of Fame coach. You win for today with Aaron Rodgers, and now you have Shedeur sitting waiting in the wings. I think that's an ideal result.
Your Honor, no objection here.
Yeah, I love that. Nick, your thoughts, because the Steelers picked there at 21. Should they trade up maybe in the top 10 to go get Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit of a cop-out, but it always depends on what it costs to do so. I think that position is obviously the most important in the league, and they haven't had it figured out since Ben Roethlisberger. So throwing more resources at answering that question, I think, is a smart one, particularly if you don't have to, like, be tied to the rookie quarterback in the first season. So, again, we're all assuming Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. Adding Shedeur Sanders, giving you a year or two to see if he's the answer while he's at practice and training camp. And then you can decide when you're back up in the draft in a few years whether you have your quarterback in your building or you want to keep throwing resources at that problem until you solve it, because they won't be a championship organization again until they have an answer at that position.
You know, every year our NFL insider Jeremy Fowler speaks with NFL executives, and he just wrote something on ESPN.com about one of those execs talking about Shedeur Sanders. I want you guys to take a look at this, and this is what that executive who wanted to remain anonymous said about Shedeur Sanders. If it was me, I couldn't do that, talking about moving up in the top 10 to go get him. Not a great athlete, not big, not strong, undisciplined game, comes with scrutiny. Is he going to be good enough, is what he said. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater, a fringe starter who makes good decisions, does some good things, but won't get you over the top. Is what this executive said about him. I guess first thing you think about when you hear that, Mike T.
Right. You know, as Shannon Sharp would say, that is complete bull jive. and let me tell you why. Like, it pisses me off. Like, you got somebody to say, put your name on it. Like, this guy's a really good player who's accurate, he's tough, and he's helped turn around 2 programs. Like, if you don't like him, put your name on it, or don't say, I can't stand that. And someone's going to get a really good player. Again, for the last 3 months, I said, this guy's Kirk Cousins. And guess what? Last time we checked, Kirk Cousins has been a really good quarterback for a long time. And by the way, if you don't have a quarterback, Shedeur Sanders is a guy that you can win games with, and you'd be lucky to have him.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like him, say so and put your name on it.
What do you think?
First of all, I think the headline here is there's an NFC executive who thinks that Teddy Bridgewater was a fringe starter when he came into the league. Teddy Bridgewater, before his injury, was really good and was tracking to be a franchise guy. I would take Shedeur Sanders in the top 10 because he's accurate, because we know what his skill set is. He played great under pressure behind an awful offensive line. He took 92 sacks. Half of them were because of blown blocks or unblocked looks, yet he got more confident. Bad offensive lines tend to be able to destroy confidence. He got more confidence. I would take this guy. I would run to the post.
Interesting stuff here, guys. We'll talk about this a little bit more, too, later in the show. But coming up.
Yo, what's going on, peoples? Welcome to the channel. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. You have reached your Sports Minute, where we chop it up about the world of sports. I'm your host, S. Dot. And before we get into it, as usual, don't forget to hit that like, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and most of all, please leave a comment so your voice can be heard. Alright? So let's jump right into it. looks like Shedeur Sanders might be going to the Steelers. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but from my standpoint, I think it's a good look. I definitely think it's a good look if Shedeur does go to the Steelers. I would prefer him to go to the Steelers over any other team. The Steelers need a quarterback. The Steelers need something fresh. I mean, you got to understand, ever since the Big Ben era, the Steelers have shown that they don't know what to do. They have shown that they did not prepare for the day that Big Ben left their organization and retired. I mean, I guess they thought Ben was going to be there until the end of time. But the Steelers is an old organization, man, that has been there for quite some time. So I think Shedeur would bring them some fresh talent. Definitely, Shedeur is going to bring them some athleticism, and it's going to bring the Steelers some actual quarterback talent that's going to help elevate the other players. I mean, he did meet with the Steelers on Thursday, and he did give them a 10 out of 10. I mean, I would probably say that that's something that normally gets, given when players go to teams and they meet with them just because they're trying to get drafted. But I think Shedeur really does want to go to the Steelers. I think that's a good spot for him. You know what I mean? Go ahead, hit the comments up. Let me know how y'all feel. Steeler fans, what y'all think about that? Y'all think Shedeur would be good for you guys? You think Shedeur would be a perfect fit? You think he would elevate you guys to a championship team, or either be the start of a championship team? I mean, he's definitely not going to be able to put the Steelers in a position to compete against them Eagle boys. I mean, you know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We got our classes, our quarterback room full of talent. You know what I'm saying? With Jalen Hurts being our leader. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's another subject. But let's jump into the actual nitty-gritty. What's going on? I mean, you got anonymous AFC executives. Anonymous AFC executives out here saying things about Shedeur like, if it was me, this is the AFC anonymous executive talking, stating, if it was me, I could do that, which means that they could go out and play on the level of the talent that's coming into the league right now. They stated that Shedeur is not a great athlete. Not a great athlete. This is a born and bred Shedeur Sanders kid. Let's stop and think about that. This is a Shedeur Sanders bred child. He's a quarterback. Let's go further. They stated he's not a great athlete. He's not big. He's not strong. He's undisciplined. He has an undisciplined game and comes with scrutiny. Is he going to be good enough? Let that sink in. Now, y'all go ahead and hit up the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. That's an anonymous AFC executive speaking about Shedeur Sanders and his talent. I don't think I need to go into the fact that Shedeur has proven that he is an awesome athlete. I don't think I have to go into the fact that Shedeur has shown that he is big enough and strong enough, because he has been the most sacked quarterback of the season last year. He has been the most sacked quarterback because his O-line could not stand up to all the talent in college football. So that tells me that Shedeur actually is big enough and he is strong enough to take those hits. I mean, why is this something that needs to be reported? The man has shown that he can last a whole football season without getting injured. He's shown that he has the athleticism because he went out there on pro day and shown all of his skills. Plus, he's shown his talent on the field when he played ball. But you have these anonymous executives out here still being ignorant and still scrutinizing this man's game because he's a Sanders. Now, think back. Peyton Manning, the Manning family. They have several brothers that have been in the league, played the same position, but has not gotten scrutinized as much as Shedeur does. Let's think about that. Ponder on that for a second. And then, moving further, you have them stating, you have the NFC personnel man stating, he's like a Teddy Bridgewater, fringe starter who makes good decisions and does some good things, but won't get over the top. All I can tell you is, man, is these are some of the things that they said about Jalen Hurts when he came in the league. They scrutinized Jalen Hurts' game so much that they stated things like he would never make it to a championship game. He would never win a Super Bowl. They stated that he would be traded out of Philadelphia after the first 2 seasons. I mean, this was multiple reporters, multiple executives, multiple NFC personnel men stating these things about Jalen. And look at Jalen now. He's broken records for the most yards ran in the Super Bowl. He's broken records for the most yards, the most touchdowns by a quarterback in the Super Bowl. I mean, the list goes on and on. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1 in the last 5 years. Over top of all of these other quarterbacks that these people that are speaking right now put up the top. That tells you what? They don't know what the hell they talking about. All they do is just nitpick on how they personally feel about Shedeur because he comes from Dion. You got to think back. Dion was scrutinized too. Dion was talked about in a way where they thought he was too flashy. They thought he was just all about the designer clothes and the jewelry and just the trash talk. But Dion also showed you that he was an athlete. He also showed you that he can last in the NFL. He also showed you that he was such a super athlete that he could play in the MLB and in the NFL at the same damn time. I mean, come on, man. Stop with the madness. Stop with the hating, yo. Stop with all that. And let the man ball. Let the man game talk for itself. Before y'all put the man down, he hasn't even touched the NFL ball yet. He hasn't even made one pass or anything in the league yet. And they're putting this man's game down complete. Like, it's insane to me. Like, I mean, I don't understand why the criticism is so high. I mean, and then they got a nerve to ask, is criticism of Shedeur Sanders in the lead up to draft fair? Is it fair? Hell no, it ain't fair. Come on, man. Let the man game speak for itself before you put him down, before you shoot him out the sky. They want him to fail. They want him to fail because he's a Sanders. They want him to fail, I'm going to say it again, because he's a Sanders. No one spoke these words about the Mannings. The Mannings were going to be something great. The Mannings were going to be something awesome for the league. The Mannings were athletic. The Mannings were strong enough. The Mannings could win a championship. They have, but before they came in the league, they never got this much criticism. Never. I mean, stop it with the madness, yo. Let the man play before you try to stop his progression and stop his greatness. You're not going to stop him. I'm trying to tell you, mark my word. Let this day be the day that you all mark my word. Shedeur, he's going to win a championship. He's going to win a championship. I don't know when. I want to say in the first 5 years. But he's going to win a championship. And he's going to put all the naysayers in his back pocket. And he's going to shit on them. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, bro. Is the idiocy out here is just It's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. Let the young man ball out before you try to shoot him out the sky. Hit me up in the comments, people. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I mean, I gave y'all my opinion. I gave y'all what I thought about it. I don't think it's right what they're talking about. And I know it's not going to be true about it because he's a Sanders. Go ahead and hit the comments up. Let me know how y'all feel about it. And as always, don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. And please leave a comment. We'll catch up with y'all in the next round. And remember, come back and see us. Peace.